Shalom. This week's Sedra is Sedra Korach. I'm not the biggest expert on computer viruses, and I could have redundant programs running simultaneously on my computer. But every time I turn on my computer, and as I write this Dvar Torah, I see at least five different icons of security happen on my screen. Not only that, every time I navigate my browser to a new web page, I get no less than 3 questions about whether or not I'm sure I want to go to this web page and whether this web page is secure enough for me. The idea of reminders goes much farther in today's time than a simple to-do list. We have reminders all over the place, and there's an entire multi-million-dollar industry that is all centered around reminders, helping us to remember what we actually have to do. In this week's Sedra, we see a lot of reminders, and it's that topic that I'd like to focus on in this Dvar Torah, why we have just so many different reminders. The idea of reminders we see stems from the first episode, and really the main episode in this week's Sedra, and that's Korach's rebellion. Korach was a relative of Moshe Rabbeinu and was quite upset when Moshe chose his own brother Aaron to be the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, over himself, or give himself some sort of high honored role. Korach begins a rebellion, and he goes around to people and tries to encourage them, including the 250 leaders of the Jewish people, to join onto his side, and is actually quite successful in staging a rebellion. Moshe Rabbeinu stages a showdown, this is with God's permission, against Korach. And the idea is that both the Kohanim, Moshe's truly chosen people, and meaning Aaron, and Korach and his people would offer an offering. Whoever offering was accepted would clearly be the righteous one in God's mind and the true choice. As we know, Korach gives his offering, Aaron gives his. Aaron's is accepted, and the ground opens up and swallows Korach and his followers alive, thereby ending the rebellion. Afterwards, Hashem sets up no less than 2 reminders to this rebellion, and to show that Aaron was really the truly chosen one. The first one was that the utensils used for Korach's offering were flattened out and used in the Mishkan, in the tabernacle. Right, and that was set up as a reminder, as a sign to Bnei Israel to remember Korach's rebellion. Afterwards, Hashem commands the remaining leaders of the Jewish people, one from each tribe, and Aaron to hand in their walking staffs to the Mishkan. As these walking staffs are handed in, Hashem says tomorrow morning, the one which grows a bud will be the one that obviously is the leader that I chose. Aaron's stick was the only one that flowered up and showed another sign, another reminder that Aaron was the one was the one that was truly chosen, not just by Moshe, but with Hashem's blessing, thereby serving as a reminder to us of Korach's rebellion. Why did we have to have so many reminders of Korach's rebellion, so many signs to remind us of this time? And the answer is clear. One of the Torah's main values is peace. We find peace, many allowances are given in order to encourage peace. Right? We find that Shabbat candles take precedence over Hanukkah because of the peace they bring into the home. Family purity laws are more leniently ruled when peace in the home is at stake. And most importantly, we're allowed to somewhat tell a white lie in order to keep peace in the home. Peace in the home and peace among a nation is of primary importance to the Torah. At any time where there's a risk of divisiveness in our nation, we have to stay far clear away from it. And that's the idea of these reminders. When it comes to divisiveness, not just internet security, we need many, many reminders. And that's the idea in this week's Sedra of reminders, and that's the idea of why, when it comes to divisiveness, we must stay as far away as we can, and we must encourage as much peace as we possibly can. Shabbat Shalom.